What's up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, for being subbed. If you're not, hit the button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like. It's like walking in a room, hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this reality chat. I wanted to share this story because I recently talked about neneleakes and the fact that there was a caller that was calling her out on a popular YouTube vlogger's YouTube channel that really highly praises Nene. And there's nothing wrong with that because everybody's entitled to have their favorites if that's, what you want to do on a regular basis. But this person just doesn't really seem to speak about the things that are pretty in your face when it comes to Nene, which is a lot of things that most of us have seen, that she has really burned bridges when it comes to Bravo. And as much as she and some people who really adore Nene would love to see her back on Bravo and on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, I just really believe that ship has sailed. And like I've said for a long time, the bridge has been burned. And so it's being reported that she's been hit with a 5-figure state tax execution. And I'm not here cheering that on or saying, oh, that's great or anything like that. But I want to talk about it because it's really unfortunate. This is something that I have been speaking about for the time that I've been speaking about it pretty consistently. I haven't wavered on the fact that I feel like, yes, Nene was great TV, the times that she was great TV on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, but I feel like she really got a big head. She really wasn't focusing on the things that she needed to be focused on. And yeah, it's definitely convenient. I'm just going to put it out there like that. It's convenient to say, oh, well, she was dealing with her sick husband and then she was grieving when he passed, but she didn't really spend too much time grieving after the fact because she pretty much got coupled up with another person pretty quickly and pretty publicly, shall we say. And then when she started calling out Bravo and doing the different things that she was doing on social media and wanting people to boycott Bravo, don't watch the Real Housewives of Atlanta, she really was not focusing on what she could do for herself. She's not Monique, the comedian that got blackballed. I have stated this as well. There is a difference. In the real world, which she is in, and Monique is in the real world too, so I'm not saying she's not, but in the real world, we have jobs. If you were really, truly difficult on another job and people ask for references and people are honest and they're just like, well, it was good when it was good, but when it wasn't, it wasn't. People have the choice and the decisions that they can make to say, well, you know what? I don't think that's somebody that I want to work with. What Monique went through with Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey, definitely on a larger scale and much different. She was absolutely blackballed. Nene, she was pretty much seen as being difficult. So if people didn't want to give her opportunities, Nene was not Monique, Oscar-winning actress. Nene is somebody that was looking for people to give her stuff, give her opportunities, and she could have went out there and did some things on her own. So with that being said, after doing the little stint with Bethany on Bethany's podcast and then seeing all of the things that Bethany has been able to build, that she has pretty much done, I know she started feeling some type of way and started feeling like, well, look, I've been in this as long as she has been. Why am I not living, not saying exactly like she's living, but why am I not living and doing something close to what she's doing? So she started doing a few of her little YouTube vlogs, and that was cool. I talked about a little bit of some of them, but she's already stopped doing that. Nene is not somebody that is really a person that is going to create the opportunities for herself. She's looking for people to give her stuff, and that's the truth of the matter. She had this guy, Ryan, what was his name? I don't want to get his name wrong, but the one who created Glee and The New Normal and all of the other things that he was doing. He was really great friends with Andy Cohen. He gave her those opportunities because at the time he was friends with Andy and Andy really liked Nene. And so he liked her too. Let's just be honest. It was nothing personal. It was business. That type of stuff happens all of the time. So I just wanted to go off a little bit on a tangent just to talk about that, because with this story that Nene's been hit with this 5-figure state tax execution, this really is something that should not have even occurred. This is something that we shouldn't even really be knowing about, honestly. Even because stuff happens with taxes and stuff may go by. You may have an accountant that didn't really do do a good job, and they didn't do things in a timely manner and get things filed accordingly. And so stuff like that can happen. So I'm not saying that the fact that it happened shouldn't have occurred, but the fact that it got to this point where we're even knowing about it, it shows that she's just not taking care of her business. And it might also explain why she actually had to, not chose to, but had to go and host the Baddies reunion on the Zeus network. Trust and believe, if she's hosting the Baddies reunion on the Zeus network, she is definitely not coming back to Bravo and the Real Housewives of Atlanta, but she needed the money. And you do what you got to do, not knocking anybody for getting money to pay bills, okay? As long as you're doing the right thing with the money, you're not out here using drugs or whatever. Do what you got to do to make your money so that you can pay your bills, so that you can live the life. But in order to continue to live the lifestyle that she has become accustomed to by making those checks that she was making on Bravo, it seems to me that if she had really rode the wave of the people who claim to really adore her, that are her followers, if she had made some opportunities for herself, she could have created her own podcast. She could have been having companies to be sponsors so that she can make the money and just grow from there, versus holding out for Bravo to change their mind. And anytime TMZ or some outlet sees her at an airport or walking on the street somewhere, they come up and ask her, "So, are you coming back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta?" And sometimes I'm feeling like maybe these things were staged. Maybe these things were staged to get the ears and eyes of the people at Bravo to take a second look at her, to give her another opportunity. But honestly, I don't know. So the story is, former Real Housewives of Atlanta star neneleakes has been going through a tough time. Nene seemingly burned every bridge back to Bravo. Then her career slowed down for a while. Unfortunately, what didn't slow down were Nene's financial issues, and now she's got tax problems. If Nene was very rich bitch, as she once boasted on RHOA, what is going on with her finances? Radar has the details. Nene was the unlucky recipient of some legal documents from the Georgia Department of Revenue. She received a state tax execution showing that Nene owed $17,785.22. That amount covered taxes over several years. The legal papers also listed the Lenithia LLC, which is reportedly linked to her lounge in Georgia. The establishment has closed. Now Nene's debt has ballooned because of fees and interest to a startling $28,593.24. But that's not all. Nene's former landlord at her swag boutique sued her, and she was ordered to pay $25,000. In the lawsuit, the landlord alleged that Nene signed a lease in 2017. In 2021, she extended it by a year. Then Nene closed up shop in January 2022 while owing $22,000 in rent. Nene was given the legal documents but claimed she did not owe the debt. The former Peach claimed that her husband Greg Leakes signed the lease. Not her. Sadly, Greg passed away in September 2021. After Nene ignored the lawsuit, the judge ordered her to pay $22,000 in rent, $400 in court costs, and $23.15 in attorney fees. Bloop. They're shady for that. I'm reading the article, guys, so this is not me adding anything to it. So to continue, thankfully, Nene has landed some gigs. She is hosting the reunion of Baddies East, and she is starring in a Lifetime movie with Denise Richards. Hopefully, Nene can continue to line up some jobs and tackle her financial issues. Fingers crossed that Nene and Lifetime can continue to work together in the future. But listen, $28,000 to Nene shouldn't be a lot of money. $25,000 shouldn't be a lot of money. Now, taxes, it's not fair because they will add those penalties and interest, which is ridiculous. Those penalties are ridiculous. And I really feel that she just needs to get an accountant that could reach out to the state of Georgia's tax department to work out a payment plan for her and to get rid of some of those penalties. And I believe they can't get rid of the interest, but they can get rid of the penalties, or at least decrease them, because the original amount was $17,000. So with penalties and interest, it's gotten up to $28,000. It's not fair. So I'm not going to sit here and say that that's right, but I'm quite sure that she was receiving notifications about it, and she just does not pay attention to the stuff that she needs to be paying attention to. And with the lawsuit for the rent, even if Greg signed the lease, girl, you got served for it. She should have at least gotten an attorney, or at the least, she could have answered. Listen, she could have answered the complaint herself. You don't even need an attorney to answer the complaint, but you don't get a default judgment. The last thing you want to do is get a default judgment, because you could be actually the winner of this situation, because anybody can file a lawsuit, but it doesn't mean that everyone that files a lawsuit is actually in the right. But you have to defend yourself to either get it dismissed or to get it found in your favor. But if you don't respond, then you give them an automatic win. So that's basically what she did with that, is she gave them an automatic win. So she just ignored it. You can't just speak to the public or to the internet to say, I don't owe it because Greg signed the lease. You have to answer that to the court. The court isn't going to take that information from the internet to say, oh, well, she answered it online. And I'm not laughing at it because it's not funny, but I'm just basically saying, I don't know if that's what she thought, but the Bible says, in business, be men. We all make bad decisions and wrong decisions in life, and none of us are perfect. Obviously, Nene made some bad decisions and some wrong decisions. But as long as she has been in this at this point, or at that point, I should say, she should have been a man in business and just taking care of her responsibilities. Whether you like it or not, we all go through things that we don't really care to have to deal with, but you can't just ignore it. You might be able to pause it for a little minute or give yourself some breathing room, but eventually you're going to have to stand up to what you're supposed to be taking care of. And so with that being said, I want to play this clip again, because I feel like it's just appropriate with this news about what Nene is going through. And this is a clip of that caller calling into this vlogger's live show that she was having, where the caller was calling her out.
11 o'clock at night. We do not want to talk about no court show right now. I'm sorry.
We were talking about Chris Stokes. I had to show it.
I know you read that before. We do not want to talk
that was
about
on
no court show.
Patreon. I didn't read it.
My thing is this with you, Michelle. Like, it's just so crazy. Like, when people go to Zeus, you act like it's so low budget, but when you got big head Nene, no money leaks, go to Zeus, you act like it's a big deal. It's so funny how you Negroes in the chat talking about, oh my God, well, at least she get in check. Is that all your money? Is that all you guys think about is a check? It's just disgusting to hear people, oh, at least she getting a check. I don't even know why somebody her age would want to go to Zeus. Like, Zeus is a bunch of young 20-year-olds. Nene is old and through, and she going to Zeus. You don't find nothing wrong with that, Michelle Brown, but if it was Claudia Jordan, you would find something wrong. Matter of fact,
but Claudia Jordan was already on Zeus.
Michelle, exactly, and you was talking about her.
Why do I care?
You was talking about her when she was on Zeus. You was like she was on Zeus, but now
I did not
on
talk
Zeus.
about that woman when she was on Zeus.
Michelle,
I did not
you
care
said she was hosting a show on Zeus, and then you was talking about her. Yes, Michelle, I saw the video yesterday.
Show me the clip. Show me the clip.
Would you like? I will send you the clip right now. I can't send you the clip when I'm on here, and you know I can't. But you was talking about her because she was hosting someone. She was hosting a show on Zeus, but then when Nene do it, oh, it's a big deal. It's a Zeus network. She's hosting it. She probably ain't making that much money. Zeus is only $5 a month. She probably ain't making that much money, and you not saying nothing. But I bet you if it was Claudia, didn't Claudia host the show too? Let's go back to when you was talking about Claudia Jordan and when she was hosting. Let's go back there, Michelle Brown. When you was talking about her.
Why you saying my whole name?
No, I'm just saying you was talking about Claudia, but when Nene on Zeus, you're not saying nothing about that.
I did say something about it. I said maybe.
Yeah, you said, I might order.
Maybe she will teach some of them young girls some decorum. Claudia Jordan can't teach them nothing because she don't know nothing but colorism. At least Nene got a little class about herself. She can teach them how to dress, how to cross their legs when they sit in the chair. She can teach them how to do a lot of things. She can teach them how to talk in public.
You on
what did Claudia Jordan teach them to do?
You on Zeus Network. How's that class? That's class to you? Hello, is that class to you?
Would you like to talk about any of my other topics?
No, I just wanted to call about that because it just pisses me off that you just sit up and you brag about this like, I might order Zeus. It's not.
Because I support people who support me, Dre.
Who's Nene Leakes? I don't think Nene Leakes support anyone but herself. Why do
you hate Nene so much?
I don't hate anybody. I'm not even talking about Nene. I'm talking about you supporting Nene. Somehow that's a good thing. But when Claudia Jordan did it, it's
not a competition. Weird. I'm not comparing Nene and Claudia Jordan.
You said when Claudia did it, you said, that's low budget. Oh, who wanna be on Zeus? But now Nene on Zeus. I can send you the tape. You was talking about Claudia Jordan when she was on Zeus, and Nene on Zeus.
Where is it?
It's on one of your videos. I seen it last night.
Oh.
And I knew that you was going to talk about this chick. I knew it.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I knew you was.
Oh.
To me, it's disgusting, but she's on Zeus. I don't know what that guy, the owner of Zeus, got a 60-year-old to host a show for young people. Nene needs to. What age? What 40, 50, 60-year-old going to order Zeus to see Nene Leakes? Your community of people is disgusting. I'm sorry, you
disgusting.
Okay. Yes, they are. It's very disgusting. It's these black older people talking about they going to get Zeus. I don't want my grandma. My grandma Esther would never do nothing like that. And before,
Zeus?
I'm sorry.
You got Zeus, don't you?
No, I don't. No, I'm on a different caliber. But before I go, I just want to say one more thing too.
All right, so I'm going to end it right there. I'm going to end it right there, but I just thought it was appropriate to play that because, in light of these things that have come out about the money that she is owing, it actually makes a whole lot more sense as to why she's hosting Zeus. Now, I did hear about her being in this Lifetime movie with Denise Richards. We'll see how that goes, but it's not like she is playing in a role, something like some of these based on a true story type of movies that have been on the Lifetime Network or some biography movie or, something like that. This is something that's just pretty much like sort of comedy horror type of thing. It's definitely different. We shall say that, but we'll see how that goes. I just hope she will do what she needs to do to not just handle these bills, but to be able to live the life that I feel like she deserves to live. Because even if she hasn't been someone that has made her own opportunities, like, for example, a Bethany has, I do believe that she has done a lot. And I really wish the best for her. I just hope that she just can get to a point where life has humbled her enough where she says, okay, I'm of a certain age. I hope to live to be another certain age and be healthy and well. I need to do some things differently instead of, what I have been doing all of these years, waiting on people to give me opportunities. So anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts about all of this in the comment section. Thanks for being here, liking and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.